Hello, thank you for joining us on this particular episode of the Ads and Brands webinar series. We are very excited to have you on this particular show, and I can tell you we are still dissecting and understanding a little bit of marketing, most importantly digital marketing when it comes to the different businesses that we do. My name is Julius Entende, and of course we are still in Jinja trying to understand how businesses in Jinja utilize these particular online platforms to make their businesses the best. And of course tonight I am excited to be joined by one of my very good friends, but of course very resourceful. This guy is amazing, and of course he is the co-founder of the Batumwa Agro Processors, which is of course dealing with coffee, and of course the Incloy Consultants Limited, which helps startups to become the best companies they want. Of course tonight we are going to be delving into some of these businesses, and this is none other than Mr. Aloysius Kawoya. Mr. Aloysius, you are very much welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for creating time to be here.
It's a pleasure.
Please say hello to the viewers.
Good evening, viewers. Aloysius Kawoya. Not much about me. I'm from Batumwa Agro Processors. It's a coffee production, a coffee value chain production company. And then we also come from Incloy Consulting, a consultancy based in Jinja that helps startups and SMEs to be compliant and as well as be profitable and scale up.
Mr. Kawoya, let's start from Batumwa Agro Processors. What exactly do you do in this particular company?
So in Batumwa Agro Processors, our emphasis is about the value chain of coffee, right from the tree up to the cup. You know, coffee in Uganda is mostly dealt with by smallholder farmers. So we're helping smallholder farmers in Kamuli district and have other groups in Impigi. Help them come together. We formed circles for them where we put money for them and they can access these loans before they have their harvest. And when they have their harvest, they pay back the loans using the coffee. After that, we do this primary processing. Then we do the secondary processing, and then finally the packaging. And I think soon enough this year, we'll be heading into the international markets.
Literally, you've been doing the coffee from scratch to the final product that we get.
Yes.
Fantastic. What inspires you to get into coffee?
Oh, I was born in a coffee family. As many of the Ugandans are. At least in our homes, you have seen a coffee plant, at least one. So it has been the backbone of small households' incomes, and it's been taking many children to school, fighting diseases. So a Ugandan cannot be separated from coffee. So I personally, being one of those people, I grew up loving coffee, and when I finished school, I got a chance of working in a coffee factory where I learned coffee quality analysis. And so when I wanted to do a business, actually that was my first business. When I wanted to do a business, I was advised by my mentors then to look at the resources that are around me and then make a business from the resources that were around. So coffee was the fastest.
Wow. Now, what is interesting is that as a businessman, you've been able to do some of these businesses already. But the interesting part of the entire story is you're working with coffee, which is an agricultural product, and you switch a bit of the gears to come to the IT and startups under the Incloy Consultants Limited. How then do you come up with the Incloy Consultants Limited?
So Incloy Consultancy, after my school, I learned I was good in writing. And I remember that sometimes I remember that age and I laugh. When I was still growing up, and then we used to write poems, what. So I ventured.
And love letters?
Love letters. You my age. So
there you go.
I ventured and went away from the creative writing, and then I went to business writing.
It
also needs some creativity, but it has some rules you have to follow. So I started doing business plans. I started doing proposals, both for charity and for profit. And before I knew, money was coming in. So I decided to make it a full-time employment. So I started writing proposals, but I was an individual. As time flew on, I also started registering businesses. But the challenge I was getting is that these are big engagements that I was doing as a person.
Yeah.
So before I knew, I engaged with a partner. I got another partner who came on board, and he was doing taxation and audits.
Yes.
So I brought on the documentation, business documentation, and then the business registration, and he brought on the business taxation and audits.
Okay.
And before we knew, we had the company.
Wow.
And then we realized that the startups that we were helping, after registering them, they were getting challenges with keeping their accounts.
Yeah.
So we decided, why not? We built an app that helps small businesses track their accounts and their bookkeeping even without having an accountant.
Awesome story. So what you're telling me now is the Incloy helps people to, one, get IT services. Which other services do you guys do?
Business registration.
Business registration.
We do taxation.
Okay.
We do audits.
Okay.
And you talked about documentation. It's also documentation.
Okay, now I'm curious now because for us as ads and brands, we are so much interested in understanding and also bridging the gap between the traditional and now the digital forms of marketing.
Yep.
Have you been able to use any of these forms of marketing, first of all, traditional and then the digital ones, to market your businesses?
I think for Butumwa, I've used the traditional ones.
Okay.
Because I have
radio and
radio,
TV and newspaper.
Especially radio.
Okay.
I have smaller packages of 500 and 1,000 shillings.
Okay.
30 grams and 15 grams.
Okay.
But then you understand that the people I'm targeting are not on social media.
Yes.
So for that, I have to go. For example, if I take my products to Kamuri,
yes,
and I went to the people of Kamuri to know that at Hakim's shop, my coffee is there.
You go to the radio.
I have to go to the radio.
Yes.
And I tell them that you go to Hakim's shop, you can get my product.
Yes.
But when you come to a town setting, now like Jinja, an urban setting,
Kampala,
where I even don't sell those sockets of 500 and 1,000,
yes,
where my smallest package goes for 5,000,
okay,
you have to use social media,
yes,
which is the digital media. And the beauty of it that is currently it is the cheapest now.
Yeah, and then
So we have a combination of both. The traditional oil that is fading away.
Okay.
And also we come to the digital ones.
So a bit curious again, what particular ones do you use when it comes to the digital marketing, the online marketing platforms?
So digital, there are many platforms.
Yeah.
Actually, you have some other platforms if you've been in business and a person who's looking for funding, who's on the funding bit of it.
Yeah.
We have other social media sites like F6S.
Yeah.
It acts as a social media tool, but also a marketing tool.
Yeah.
So if you open a platform on F6S, people can search for you and find you there.
Yeah.
Though the major bit of it is finding funders on that platform.
Yes.
But then we have also what I call the traditional digital platforms.
Yes.
That is Facebook.
Yeah.
Then Twitter.
Yes.
Right now we are more looking at LinkedIn.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we are trying to penetrate TikTok.
Okay.
Because now TikTok is going all over. It's traditional and it's new. Because it has all segments of the market that we are targeting.
As you've been using these particular online platforms, what has been the perception of the people that you are targeting to sell your products to? Have they been able to receive it, or have they been still a bit locked and conservative with it?
You see, the biggest challenge with marketing is that you can't quantify.
Yeah.
But
to an extent, you can know that before marketing, I had this particular sales, and after marketing, I increased by this particular sales.
I know you can do that, but then you can't know that this person already has come and bought my coffee because he saw me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, sure.
That one we are still having that discrepancy. We don't understand, but it has done a lot.
Yeah.
Online. Remember when I was starting out, Butumwa was a very funny word.
Yeah.
I chose a local name because I wanted to build a brand that people would associate with.
Yes.
So Butumwa is a local word.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, it wasn't easy for me to sell the brand out. But now it is so easy. People call me Butumwa. And with no offense, they take it. So it's been one of the engagements of social media that people have been able to appreciate that. Very many advantages. I've gotten many funding because of social media.
Wow.
It's surprising.
Quite interesting. Someone out there is wondering, how have you been able to get your company roll from start to where it is now? Has it been about you? Has it been about the processes? Has it been about your team? Has it been about your product? What has gotten you from the place where you started to where we see you right now?
So I would say it's been the team.
Yeah.
So it's been the team. It's been the processes.
Yeah.
Because you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
For sure, you have to be consistent. There's no substitute for that.
Yeah.
And then after the consistency, also the product.
Yeah.
Because when you're on social media, you get reviews.
Yeah.
And actually, that is the other negative part of social media.
Yeah, but
it can kill a business in one day.
Yeah.
Social media can kill a business in one day.
But sometimes you need that feedback that is going to help you to better your product anyway.
Yeah, there is negative feedback and there is constructive feedback.
Yeah, sure.
So the constructive feedback can have that negative element.
Yeah.
But negative in a way that also you, the person, you acknowledge that here I have a shortcoming.
Yeah.
But then there are sometimes when it is just malice.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know many companies that have been a victim of that.
Yeah.
So I would say the processes we take, and then also as a brand,
okay,
you know, there are some areas we don't go to.
Okay.
For example, if you're talking about someone's religion,
yeah,
we can't go that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now I can't say
time to take.
Yeah, on social media it's very wrong.
Yeah.
So I can't be on social media and I come and I say I'm NRA. I'm noob. So that is a no-go end area.
So basically your PR, your marketing has been very critical to make sure that the representation of your brand, representation of your product is spick and span.
And it's as neutral as possible.
Fantastic. Are there any challenges you faced growing up, especially when it comes to marketing your product to the market?
Yeah.
What would be that?
The challenges have been about, I think, data validation, as I had talked about earlier.
Okay.
So sometimes you invest money because you can't be everywhere, and sometimes it requires you to be. For example, I can't be on social media right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for funding for the company.
Yeah.
I'm looking for partners. I can't be the same person.
Yes.
Doing social media.
Yeah.
So you find that at a point, you need to incur costs.
To get the team together.
To get a team, someone who does that. And a team is more expensive.
Yeah.
So that's why you usually get influencers.
Yeah.
Or you get a person and you pay them on a scale.
Yeah.
But then you can't ascertain the productivity of the money you've invested in.
Yeah.
So far that has been a challenge.
Okay.
Then the second challenge has been the reach.
What's wrong with us?
No, the rich. Sometimes you don't know.
I thought you're talking about us, the rich people.
Not the rich. I would say the rich in terms of, let's say, number of people reached.
Okay.
Let's say the geographical areas reached.
Okay.
So sometimes it's hard. For example,
access to the market.
If I had a campaign in Ginger,
yes,
I would only want to advertise. Let's say I go to Twitter.
Yes.
And I only want the people in Ginger to get that.
Yes.
It's so hard right now.
It goes far beyond.
It goes far beyond, and sometimes I don't need to go there.
Yes.
I've had calls from Mozambique asking about coffee.
And your
that's not my intention.
Okay.
I can't go there. So I think those are the elements that we need to learn.
Yes.
How to strategize and get those target markets.
Concentrated.
Yeah, that's the right one.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kaweya. Now, someone out there is watching and would like to understand. I would like to take us back a little bit to the Incloy Consultancy Limited. What is that word? What is that statement? What is that advice that you would like to give to that person who has a startup company that would like to roll out? What is the best statement you can tell to them right now? What are those nuggets of wisdom they need to hear from you?
So, in any business, any business, you have to know your market.
Fantastic.
That is the biggest. And knowing your market means you know what you're solving.
Yeah.
You know, very many times we've started up businesses and we don't know what we're solving.
Yeah.
So a friend comes to you and says, cameramen make a lot of money.
Cool.
And you see they're making a lot of money. You see your friends, they're driving and everything. So you say, I'm going into photography. Yeah. But you don't know what you're solving. Yeah. That's a very, very big question in business.
So you have to come as a solution.
You have to come as a solution.
Wonderful.
Because if there is a challenge, that means there is market.
Yes.
And that market is going to come and consume
your product,
the solution that you have brought.
Yes.
Without it, it's going to be a tug of war. You're going to invest out in marketing, and then you don't have
to get any returns at the end of the day?
So first of all, know the market. And then also knowing the market, you have to understand that you can't sell to everyone.
Of course.
You can't sell to everyone. That has never been there. We have national water. It does water. Everyone takes water here. But not everyone is a customer of national water.
Yeah.
Everything has a competition. So you have to map up your competition and understand what is that competitive advantage that you're bringing on the market or in the industry
over your competitor.
Yeah. So know your clients, know your challenge, then bring in the solution.
Well, friends, there you have it. I am very excited. We have had this particular conversation with Mr. Kawoya. But Mr. Kawoya, before I let you go, how can people get to you, especially those that have startups that need your help and assistance, and also those that are looking to purchase some bit of coffee from you, like I am, to do some.
So if you want to purchase coffee, in Jinja, we are in all the supermarkets around. In Tata Owen, we are in a Welcome supermarket at Biashara. Every supermarket in Jinja, you just go and ask for Tuma coffee. But if you want a more engageful purchase where you're going to come, you meet me, I tell you how to brew your coffee the traditional ways. If you don't have the machines, then you're going to find me at the Innovation Village. It's on plot 5 on Main Street, opposite DHL, just next to Bank of Africa. And then for Incloy Consulting, you can find us online, Twitter, at Incloy Consulting. Then if you want to put on Twitter, you're going to find us at Robusta Kings. And then WhatsApp, 704-998582.
Well, friends, there you have it. I do not know what you're going to be waiting for, especially when it comes to the Butumwa coffee, because right about this moment, I am just going to be sipping on my very own, and I'm very sure you might want to also take your very, very own. Remember, we are still trying to understand some bit of marketing, especially digital marketing, and how it has been adopted and utilized in Jinja City. And we are still going on with our webinar series. Please keep it locked. My name is Julius Ntene. Until next time, please, thank you so very much. Bless you.
Ads and Brands, bridging digital marketing gaps.